Good morning everyone, and welcome to our lecture on Augustine's Confessions, and its philosophical meaning. Augustine was a theologian and philosopher who lived in the 4th and 5th centuries AD. His Confessions is an autobiographical work that recounts his life and spiritual journey. And it is considered a landmark work in Western literature and philosophy. The Confessions is written in the form of a prayer to God, and it is divided into 13 books. In the first book, Augustine lays out his central question: how can he find happiness and meaning in life? He reflects on his past, his childhood, and his education. And he explores the roots of his moral and intellectual struggles. Augustine then moves on to describe his conversion to Christianity, which took place when he was in his 30s. He recounts his intellectual journey, from Manichaeism to Neoplatonism, and he describes the impact of his conversion on his life and his worldview. One of the central themes of the Confessions is Augustine's philosophy of time. He argues that time is a subjective experience that is intimately tied to our consciousness. Time, for Augustine, is not an objective, linear progression, but rather a complex and dynamic phenomenon that is shaped by our memories, our desires, and our hopes. Augustine sees time as a way of understanding the human condition, and he uses it as a tool to explore the nature of God and the meaning of human existence. Augustine's encounter with philosophy is also an important aspect of the Confessions. As a young man, he was drawn to the intellectual and philosophical traditions of his time. He was particularly interested in the teachings of the Manichaeans, a Gnostic sect that emphasized the dualistic struggle between good and evil. However, Augustine became disillusioned with the Manichaean worldview, and he eventually turned to Neoplatonism, a philosophical system that emphasized the unity of all things and the transcendent nature of the divine. Augustine's encounter with philosophy ultimately led him to Christianity, which he saw as the ultimate expression of the truth he had been seeking. However, he did not reject philosophy altogether. Rather, he saw philosophy as a useful tool for understanding the nature of God and the human condition. Augustine's philosophy is characterized by a deep sense of intellectual curiosity and a commitment to seeking the truth. In conclusion, Augustine's Confessions is a deeply philosophical work that explores the nature of time, the meaning of human existence, and the relationship between philosophy and theology. Augustine's ideas about time have had a profound impact on Western philosophy, and his approach to philosophy as a tool for understanding the divine remains influential to this day. Thank you for joining me for this lecture, and I hope you have gained a deeper understanding of Augustine's philosophy and the Confessions.